Privyet comrades, this is the Soviet blacksmith. Today I'm going to talk about, well, I just got this post vise on, when did I get this? I got this a couple days ago. It's, I got this because of this stupid thing right here. This is my machinist vise. This thing is not good for blacksmithing. It's too loose and wiggly. Like this thing, this is a good solid vise. Now this stupid thing, I got burned because of it. That's that big burn on my arm right there. It's actually healing pretty nice, but it was really bad. And it was from, I was trying to twist this knife. Let me put this in here and show you how I was twisting it. So, put it in there, and I had these pliers that I just carried. This is red hot, and I was carrying it in here with these pliers, right? So I set them down on the table, right there, and then I had my twisting rod thing. Okay, I don't actually know where it is. It's in that bucket somewhere. But, so yeah, I was twisting it, right? And then this thing, it slipped. The jaw opened, it slipped, and my arm was burned right there like that. And that burn is on my arm. So this thing is big, strong. It's a blacksmith vise. It's around like 200 years old or something. I got a great deal on it. It's pretty cool. It's really rare to find them with the spring intact and everything just working great. This is a little weird, so I'm going to go over this with I'm going to do a restoration video on this probably, where I'm going to go over this with a flat disc, flatten this out, wire brush this whole thing. And usually these handles are super bent, but this one is not that bad at all. I could straighten that out. The only thing that's really too bad about this that stinks is this thing right here, where this one thing got bent, but I'm just going to take an acetylene torch and flatten that out. Oh yeah, and about the acetylene torch. So this one is the one I have. I don't have a dad, and I don't have anyone to really help me with this. I'm just kind of, occasionally my neighbor will give me some tips on it and stuff. He gave that to me. He also gave me this oxygen tank, and this acetylene tank. Over here you can see it kind of. And so yeah, I'm gonna buy a real torch. I'm gonna buy a new torch pretty soon because this one's kind of old, and I just don't think it's gonna work very well. The hose has a couple holes in it that he patched with tar, and I just don't think that's gonna be safe. Well, they're not actually holes. It's just where some of the plastic coating got worn away. Yeah, so that's gonna have to get replaced. I also got this little wagon. I got this for like 40 bucks. I'm gonna put my coal and my charcoal and some of my blacksmithing tools in here, and what I'm going to do is right here I'm going to put a piece of plywood as like a divider. I'm not going to staple it in, just probably glue it in or something, and then I'm going to put one right here, and the coal is going to be here, the charcoal is going to be here, and then my tools are going to be there. It's a perfect size wagon. It's homemade from the 50s, so that's going to be neat. And I got this burl right here, which you've seen in a couple videos. I'm gonna take a chainsaw. I'm buying a chainsaw pretty soon, or actually, no, I'm not going to buy one. I'm just going to borrow one from this guy that has one down the street. He's my mom's friend. He helps me out with stuff sometimes. Again, about the nitrogen triiodide. That video is going to come out either today or I maybe do it tomorrow. I don't know. I got to do a lot of stuff tomorrow, so I don't know. But yeah, I got all the chemicals here. I got muriatic acid, which is one of the chemicals you need. Ammonia, hydrogen peroxide, and decolorized iodine. I also have providone iodine, but that's probably not going to work. And here is some homemade, well, you already saw my soap video probably, and the chemical you need is called sodium hydroxide. Now this is homemade sodium hydroxide. I made from a, why did I make that? I made that from wood ashes from my fire pit. Now I'm going to show you what you can do with this stuff. Yeah, that's my lead melting pot. I was going to use this pot for the experiment. I guess I'll just put it in my other lead melting pan. I just spilled lead on the ground yesterday. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pour a little bit of this in here to show you that this is real sodium hydroxide. Right here I have hydrochloric acid. I'm going to pop the top off of this. This is going to make some bad smell, so I'm going to bring this outside now. If you're wondering why I'm not using my tripod like I normally do, it broke. It's junky, so I'm buying a new one today. They have a warranty on it, so he'll just give me the money back and I'll buy the better one. So I'm going to pour the stuff in here now and prove that this is real. See? If that wasn't real sodium hydroxide, it wouldn't bubble like that. Got a big reaction from that, so that's definitely pure sodium hydroxide. I'm going to put more in there. Still bubbling. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. Oh, look at my cat. Hi, Nurchie. Say your real name is Birch, I call him Nurch. No, camera's not focusing. Birch, what are you doing? What are you doing? Being bad like always? Oh, he's just gonna fall asleep. Okay. Kitty. If you're wondering why I don't have shoes on, it's because I forgot to put shoes on. So, yeah, so that's real sodium hydroxide. Eventually, I'm gonna learn how to turn that into real, like, well, a real soap. A chemical that's pure enough to make soap out of. Right here I have a bunch of spray paint. I have yellow and black spray paint. And I also have a huge blue barrel. This is going to turn into my charcoal retort kiln, but it doesn't have a lid that you can pop off, so I'm going to turn this into something else. What I'm going to do for this is I'm going to spray paint this yellow. I'm going to spray paint a radioactive sign on this, and I'm going to keep this in here and kind of scare people with it. It's going to be funny. Love making stuff like that. Scary stuff. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, the video on nitrogen triad is coming up real soon. More blacksmithing videos are coming now, and I got this thing. You can get these, oh yeah, I forgot to say this. You can get these at like scrap yards. One guy got one for 20 bucks at a scrap yard, but it was in the worst condition I've ever seen them in. The spring was missing, this pole was cut off, and this handle was almost bent like up to here, and the jaw was all chipped. So yeah, you probably don't want to get one from a scrapyard, but if you absolutely can't find any except like online, then you want to get one of these. Online they're way overpriced. I got this one for, I don't remember, it was a pretty good deal though. I got it from a buddy of mine who's got a big workshop place. He's also one that I bought this anvil from, and a lot of my tools, my blacksmithing tools. Like I got these bolt tongs from him. These are these round bit or flat bit? These are round bit tongs. I also got these flat bit tongs right here from him. Of course I had to buy them from him though. He just wasn't going to give them out for free. That's a lot of stuff right there. I also got a draw knife from him. I don't know where that is, but it's somewhere in my workshop. So yeah, the motorbike video is coming out pretty soon. I haven't gotten to that. I need to buy a motorbike for it. Yeah. It's probably not a good idea to store muriatic acid right next to ammonia, or that, but sometime I'm going to put this back down in my basement pretty soon. It should be okay for now. What else was I going to say? I don't know. I'm going to start making some more knives pretty soon. And I'm also uploading a firework video that it was in my camera and I couldn't find it for some reason. It was like lost in my camera, but I found the file, and I'm going to show that video. It was from the 4th of July, or the 3rd of July. I mean, I launched fireworks that night, but it's going to be a late upload. But here's some more of the fireworks right there. I'm going to launch those pretty soon, maybe. So yeah, that's what's coming up. This knife is going to be finished pretty soon. It's probably going to have a burrow wood handle, or the same guy that has the chainsaw is he lives out in the country, but he's building a house down the road, so he's going to bring his chainsaw. He said, cut that up for me and give me some scrap wood. Now I'm going to cut that into handle shapes with this. Oh yeah, I also got this saw bandsaw from my buddy. My little welder right there. I'm going to do some more welding videos. I hope I can get a torch that's going to actually work. He's got a couple of those, but I don't know if they're best condition because some of them have been left out in the rain. He's got an entire, 4 shelves of them, just full of acetylene torch stuff, tanks, anything you need for that. He's also got cannons, real cannons, out in his yard. And if you thought I meant tanks, like an actual tank, no, I mean an oxygen tank and acetylene tank. It's really scary to have this in my garage because if you hit this wrong with like a hammer or something, or just drop it, it's gonna explode. And I've seen these blast through the walls of brick buildings and stuff on TV, of course, not in my actual life. But yeah, that's just some of the stuff that's coming up in the future. I might do a video of how to turn a barrel of hydraulic oil, or whatever that is. It says flammable on it, and I think it's hydraulic oil. I'm not sure though. It smells kind of gross. Ew. I was trying to vent it out. That's why that cap was off. But yeah, so that's going to be turned. It's going to spray paint that yellow. I've seen people do this before. I found one of these in the woods once a while ago, a very long time ago. It was someone made it as a prank, obviously, because it was spray painted yellow, and it was obviously spray paint. But I'm gonna try to do a good job and make it look authentic. Yeah, the video on me fixing. Where is it? Oh yeah, the video on me finishing this knife right here is going to be coming up soon. But now I got this big vise. Oh, sorry, that looks weird. I'm gonna put this on my anvil for a second. Yeah, this thing's got such a firm grip on it. It's crazy. And you can see that it wobbles like that, but that's normal. Oh, I know. That's what I forgot to do. I forgot to explain the science behind a post device versus a machinist device. So, why is the camera so blurry? Sorry, for some reason it's not focusing very well. I might have to redo this video again. I've already made this video once and I had to redo it again because it didn't turn out good. So anyway, so the science behind this, if you hit this hard enough with a hammer, I'm a blacksmith, I can hit really hard, and it's real easy to break vices. This is an old Colombian. It's a pretty good quality, but it's small and it will shatter if you hit this hard because it's really hardened steel. This is super hardened steel too, but it's got this thing down here, this post with this little ball on the end. What this does, you can hit this thing for hours, like with a big sledgehammer, and all that's going to happen is all that force goes down to this and it disperses it to everything around it. So this is not getting nothing. This isn't going to break. Where versus this, you hit this, there's nowhere for all that force to go and that energy, so it's just going to shatter. Kitty, please tell me that cat didn't just step in the acid. Birch, you idiot. No, it's okay. I forgot to go dump this. I'm going to go dump this in a second. I have an acid disposal waste pit thing. It's out in my yard. Well, anyway, so yeah, that's what's going to come up. Also, I want to explain this kind of real quick, since I was talking about radioactive stuff with that barrel. Most kids don't work with real radioactive stuff. I am buying uranium-238 and some stuff online. And this is a lead pig I made to store that. This is made out of solid lead. And this is a lead shield I made. A lead, I guess you call it a scarf or something. What you do is you put this in here. I handmade this, cast this from a bunch of lead bullets and some lead sheet and stuff. And what you do is you keep that on there, and that keeps in all that radioactive stuff from my uranium that I'm buying. I also got a couple of these things. I melted down some bullets and turned this into copper right here. Which is pretty cool. Eventually I'm going to be able to process it into some nice copper like that. But I don't really have a smelting forge yet. I have a smelting forge, but it's not high quality. It won't work very well for this, and I have a regular forge right here, which I've already talked about in a couple of videos. So anyway, a couple other things I was going to show everyone. Oh yeah, this is an ingot of Damascus steel. It's really bad looking right now because it's not done, but this stuff right here is ferric chloride, and what you use that for is etching that. And that's going to be pretty cool in a second. When I do that, I don't know why I said in a second. I was not what I intended to say. Guess that's going to be it for this video. Oh yeah, here's the other Colombian vise I have. I have 2 more vices. I don't know where they are. Eventually I want to get a big, huge vise from that same guy. It's like this. It's probably going to be like from like right there all the way to here. I've seen he has one of these. It's huge. Yeah. The restoration video on this might actually come out, or I'm just going to not do that and just do that in my own time without videotaping it, because that might be hard. That motorbike thing's coming out. Turning this into a coal blacksmithing wagon thing's gonna come out soon. And the radioactive barrel and the knives and the blacksmithing and all those videos are gonna be out soon. And the nitrogen triiodide, forgot that. If you're wondering what that is, that's a touch-sensitive biohazardous explosive. And if you're wondering if I'm just joking about that, I am not. It's dangerous. This stuff is actually 10 times more sensitive than nitroglycerin, and it's 5 times more powerful or potent or whatever you want to say. But it's really not that dangerous, even though it sounds like it'd be really dangerous. The probably most dangerous part about it is that it explodes real easily. Even its own weight or a strong gust of wind can make it explode. And also the fact that the fumes coming off of it are iodine, and iodine fumes, they're not that bad to breathe in, but I would not suggest breathing them in. They're pretty bad for you. Like, cause all kinds of stuff. Kitty, stay away from the acid. So yeah, that's probably going to be the end of this video. Thanks for watching. This is the Soviet Blacksmith. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Das Vidanya.